Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Interactive English. And I am not sure to what extent this show will be today, to what extent it will be interactive, I wanted to say. That's because, unfortunately, the guest today has bailed on me. To be honest, it was kind of 50-50, so I should have seen this coming, if I'm honest. But never mind. Well, I sometimes what I do if when that happens is that I just don't record anything. But today I thought I might as well just hit the record button. Um, by the way, this is happening live, and then just see what happens. If someone ends up watching this live, then great, because you have the opportunity to actually help me shape this video. I have absolutely no clue what this is going to be about. From time to time, every now and then, once in a blue moon, I do that. Like once a year or every 2 years, I just decide to do something like that. It's not the first time this has happened. Before, it used to be just a podcast. It would just be the recording device. I would sometimes have absolutely no clue what I was going to talk about. Because the thing is, sometimes if you choose a topic beforehand, sometimes when there is a plan, it actually kind of weirdly puts a certain amount of pressure on you. And this can be quite liberating. You just have no idea where this is going to go, if it's going to end up being an absolute bollocks. It could be utter disaster. It can happen, right? Yeah, I'm just recording this. I have no idea where this is going to go, what I'm going to talk about. If someone is going to watch this and help me, perhaps with some topics, you could suggest topics, you could ask me questions. Otherwise, it's just going to be very random. I suppose I could tell you about my day. Today, what is it today? Today is actually, it already happens to be Thursday where I live. It's 12 minutes past midnight. So 12 a.m. or something along those lines. And yeah, I'm here. I'm recording a live. That's the usual time. I believe I was about 10 minutes late, but that's okay, I suppose. Not too bad. I mean, it could be worse, right? When it comes to timekeeping, I think relatively speaking, I am quite reliable. Occasionally, I am slightly late with these videos and anything in general, but more or less, I do like to be on time and in time as well. And yeah, because it reduces the amount of stress, and also it gives the impression that I suppose I'm more professional. I hope so anyway. So I still don't know what I'm talking about today, what the topic is, but I thought I could tell you at least how my day was. But actually, yeah, I don't know if you know, but here in Vietnam, I live a life of a night owl, which means I sleep in the morning, I wake up, let's say these days at 1 p.m. or so, and then I start my life. I start my day, right? And today was a bit different because I had actually booked a photo shoot. That's right, me. Not exactly a model, right? But yet I've decided to do it. Hasn't been the first time here in Vietnam. It has been my second time. I did it last year around the same time. So I think I got a Facebook reminder, how Facebook tells you, oh, this happened 1 year ago. I was like, I might as well do another one of these then. And so I did. I went to the expat group of people living here in this city, in Da Nang, and asked if anybody is a photographer. And as always, you get tons of responses. And this time I thought I could try to go for someone local, because last time I chose a Dutch photographer who was all right, I suppose. He made some good photos, which I still do use until today. But I thought I might as well try something different, and yeah, in the end, there was about a 30-year-old Vietnamese woman who took the photos of me. I spent 1 hour with her, and yeah, these photos were, some of them were kind of near the beach. Um, then we did we did some bits. Actually, most of the photo shoot happened in a coffee shop in the end, and I was wearing um, basically jeans and a shirt, a white shirt, which I've realized is my favorite shirt, and I guess it makes me look all right, all things considered. And then I think, did I use this one as well? I think I did. I think I used three tops in total. So two shirts and this, which is more like a, I don't know, it's like a polo shirt, I suppose you could call it, because it has a collar. And yeah, it has, the material is one of these, what is it called, functional t-shirts, I believe, or something like that, that you would take to the gym. Yeah, it soaks up the sweat quite well. So it makes me feel quite comfortable. I also like the color. So yeah, I did one of the photo, I did some of these photos in this as well. And yeah, I think it went quite well. I've already seen the photos. As always, some of them are okay, I suppose, and some of them are not so okay. But that's always like that. So I will pick some which are good and potentially use them on my social media, or for my website, for the Teachers Denek website, or I don't know, for thumbnails, something like that. It's always good to have a bank of good photos. It's not that I am self-indulgent or self-important, or that I'm one of these people who are like narcissistic people who need to always look at themselves and take photos of or having photos of themselves taken all the time. I don't think I'm one of those people, but I do realize the benefits of doing or having a professional photographer take care of you in this manner, because it does actually make a difference. Like, I could take selfies, but it's never going to be as good as professional photos. So yeah, so this is what I did. This is how my day started. Then I was teaching a lesson at the language school that I work for here in Vietnam, and after that, I realized, actually, this is something I noticed during the photo shoot. I think I have put on weight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, in summer I was. You wouldn't believe this. Yeah. So when I came here, which was in December 2022, I weighed 92 kilos, which was my absolute maximum, like, in my lifetime. I'd never weighed this much. Like, the most I weighed was usually like near 88, 89, but it never went past 90 kilograms. But when I came here, I weighed 92. So I was hoping that I would lose weight here, and I didn't have to wait for that very long. It happened within 1 month, 5 kilos down within 1 month. Different lifestyle, different diet, different climate. It all contributed to that. And then I started going to the gym regularly as well. So that helped too. And then before you know it, in summer, I weighed 82 kilos, which was the other extreme, which had been my lowest I had weighed, uh, let's say, from, I think, my university years. Can you imagine my university years? So we are talking like 17 years ago or some. Is it 17 years ago? 15 years ago, let's say. So I was at 82 kilos, and then I went through a breakup, and after the breakup, I guess I started eating more for some reason. I don't know if it was because the breakup sort of got to me or what the reason was, but I think I started buying myself some weird stuff, like, like one of those things that you would eat when you play a computer game or watch a YouTube video or watch a football game in the evening and at night. So now I am back at 86 kilos or 87 kilos. How do I know this? Because every day, almost every day, I go to the gym these days, and I always weigh myself there on the scales, so I can see, and I just couldn't believe how fast I put on this many kilos. So now I'm like, oh no, that's a bit too much again. I should go back to like 85. That's, I guess, maybe 84. Like 82. That seemed a bit too little. Like I felt like a paper version of myself. Like you could literally, the wind could blow me away. So by the way, I did not think that I would talk about my weight for so long in this video, but nevertheless, I'm talking about something, right? I had no topic when I pressed the record button. So there we go. There we have it. I'm just sharing my experiences of losing and gaining weight, because I've been on both sides apparently in the past few months. So now I'm getting near being fat again. So, and I think where I really felt it was about 1 hour ago, because I also decided to go for a run today, which I haven't been doing as much as I used to. Yeah, these days. I used to run a lot. I loved running. It's one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite outdoors activities. Honestly, I had played football. I have played football for a long time, for maybe 25 years or something. So I kind of miss the type of movement. And normally I would be much faster than I was today. So yeah, the good news is that I'm still able to run, even like after not running for 3 months or how long. I'm still able to run like 7 kilometers without any problems, right? So I'm just slower than I used to be. And how do I know? Well, I know that because I have this Strava app. Strava app is pretty cool because it shows you like how far you have run and what your times are and all that, and laps, and it's pretty cool. I like it. I don't try to take it too seriously. I still want to just enjoy myself when I go for a run. I don't necessarily want to break some kind of record. But what I like is, like, when I start running after a longer time, and I see myself, I see like I've got too many kilos. I like how quickly you can really improve when you go for a few runs, and I'm talking 5 to 10 runs, massive difference. Yeah. And in terms of not only the way you look, the way you feel, but also the times that, like I start running faster without even making any special effort. Balboa Girl is here. Thank you for watching. And you say, hi, I think we have all been there. Don't worry. You know what? I have to tell you something, Balboa Girl. I'm actually quite, I don't want to say proud, but I am, let's say, I'm glad that I worry. Yeah. In this particular case, there are other aspects of my life where I should not worry so much, where I definitely overthink, and that's for sure. But when it comes to this, like my health, my weight, and the sort of the way I feel about myself, my body, and all that, I'm actually quite happy that I am. For some people, this may seem like quite hard on myself, because in that way, I can do something about my weight. I can do something about my fitness, and I want to just get back in shape, And if I don't, it pisses me off, I'm not happy with myself whatsoever, and I can't stand it. And potentially, I don't want to say get depressed. I think depression is, the word is too strong, because I know depression is like a medical condition, but like all of us, I may have some states when I'm like not happy about something I'm doing in my life, let's say. And I'll tell you what, whenever I do less sport, I am much more likely to have such states, which, let's say, are closer to depression or just, I suppose, just not being happy with my life or whatever. But when I start having a regular routine, going to the gym, going for these runs, being exhausted, and I see that my body aches a bit, my body is like trying to grow some muscle, that's when I'm sort of feeling all right. Partially, the reason I'm recording this live could be because that run that I finished about 1 hour ago, that gave me some extra energy that I'm now able to sort of make use of here during this live or something like that. Does it make any sense? So I suppose it does. But yeah, so that's what I have done today. Is there anything else worth mentioning apart from the photo shoot, the lesson? I'm doing the live now, which is interesting in itself, I suppose. And then I'm teaching another lesson in the Achievers Chamber. I know some of you listening to this or watching this are the Achievers Chamber members, which is the Discord group for high-level learners that I run. And so I will be doing the speaking class there in about 30 minutes, actually 34 minutes. And yeah, that's just an opportunity for people to practice their speaking fluency. Usually I keep it quite simple. I just choose a few questions on a given topic, and then I present these questions or give these questions to the participants of my event. And also I make sure that everybody talks by dividing these participants into separate groups. And then I do the job of a teacher. I just observe these people talking to each other and also make notes on a piece of paper. And then once a week, I record the feedback podcast, which is an idea that I came up with a few months ago, and I'm quite happy about the way it's done. I used to give feedback after some events in the Achievers Chamber. So literally, I would let the students do some tasks, and then later I would just tell them immediately, hey guys, this, you should work on this, you should do that, you should do this. But I find that this way of doing feedback is more effective. And also the people that cannot join these events for whatever reason, they're too busy or I don't know, they can actually then listen to that feedback and they can learn from each other's mistakes and stuff like that. So I think this is going to work quite well, and I'm quite happy with it. So the only disadvantage is that obviously some members are more active than others, and those members that are not that active, well, then they cannot get as much feedback from me, which is a pity. But hopefully at some point these people will be more active. I mean, I understand it. The Achievers Chamber is a community, and you pay a membership fee every month. But the advantage, and it could be a disadvantage for some people, is I think it's an advantage, but it depends how you look at it. The advantage is, I should probably say what I'm talking about here. The advantage is that there is no syllabus, we have a structure of events. We have not structure, it's a timetable, like a schedule of events. Yeah, so the events happen once a week, and we have different hosts, and then everybody knows more or less what is going to happen, what sort of type of event that is, and that event repeats every week, right? So we have that, but there's no syllabus, right? Where we would plan 50 events or events for the entire year, and then we would say, okay, in January we will be covering these topics, in February those ones. No, we don't do that. And also we don't keep attendance. So if somebody doesn't show up, that really doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter, right? You can come at any time, which is an advantage because that makes it very flexible for the members. That makes it very user friendly, I suppose, but it could also be a sort of a curse. Yeah, the curse is if you are less disciplined, if you are not able to find that time in your day, in your otherwise busy day, which I understand. And then if you sort of put it lower on your priority list, then you end up not joining many events in the month, which is a shame. And you sort of wasting your money in a way, right? But that's entirely up to you. I think it is an advantage in the end, as long as you know what you're doing, right? So yeah, Balboa girl is sending more messages here. Well, I thought you should not worry about speaking so long about your weight. Yes, I think we all feel better when we move. People are made to be, yeah, we are made to, yeah, we are made to move. Yeah, absolutely. I guess you want to say to be made to be in motion, movement. I would just say people are made to move around, to move, to move their bodies or something. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more with you, Balboa girl. But everyone is a bit different. I know some people who don't need so much movement and who are okay with just taking it easy and just being a little bit. I don't want to say lazier, but it's just their lifestyle. If they prefer being couch potatoes and they are happy living such a lifestyle, who are we to tell them that they are doing it wrong? You know what I mean? It wouldn't work for me. And if I start doing that, and believe me, I've done it, not that I would be lying on my couch, but I would be playing a lot of games, maybe, let's say. So it's like the same thing anyway. But when I do it too much, I start not feeling very good about myself, right? So, and some people are absolutely okay with it. And it's the way they have always been. And they haven't really done much sport, or they have, but it's just they don't need it so much. I'm like, everyone is different, right? Okay. It makes a lot of sense that we feel better. Yeah, yeah, that we then feel better. Absolutely. Hi, Stanislav. Your moving abroad influence on your appearance. You look younger. Oh, thank you so much, Stanislav. That's so nice of you. I don't know. So I suppose in a way I do, but I think it has affected my sort of the way I dress as well. I dress more casually, and yet I started wearing shirts more, which is weird, right? I dress more casually. It's kind of I'm contradicting myself, because I've always sort of leaned towards wearing casual clothes and sports clothes. Yeah, I think maybe I started dressing more smartly, but I'm not sure. I'm not a very fashion conscious person, so I can't tell really. But anyway, I can see there are people watching this. Guys, I have no idea what's happening today. There's no plan. I just hit the record button. I'm just doing a live like that without any preparation. It's all off the cuff. It's all unplanned. So feel free to suggest topics for me to talk about. I still can stay here for another, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes. If you want me to talk about something, feel free. Feel free to, yeah, put in your 2 cents, and then I may respond to it if it's something reasonable, of course. Yeah, I don't know what else I could tell you. Like I said, after this live, I'm doing a lesson in the Achievers Chamber. If you are thinking of joining the Achievers Chamber, but you're not sure what it is, or if it's for you, then the best thing you could do is to go to my website, to the teachersdenek.com website, and there is also, and if you find it interesting, there is an online form which you can fill in, and then I will when you do that, I will receive an email, and then I can start talking to you via email, and I can even assess your English to see if you would be a suitable candidate for joining the Achievers Chamber, because you wouldn't believe it, but I don't let everyone join, not really, because we have certain requirements when it comes to especially the level. Yeah, the level, also age, kind of, we don't want to have teenagers there really, but it's like 18 plus, more or less, right? But also when it comes to the level, you should be at least b2 level. Otherwise you wouldn't probably feel very well in the group, because we want to have like-minded individuals there, open-minded people, very nice members, different nationalities, which is one of the coolest things about it, I would say. Yeah, because I always see, like, when I teach in a country like Vietnam, it's great here, but the only for me, this is the biggest disadvantage is that when I teach these group lessons, every single one of these students is Vietnamese. So while I still do the job of trying to help my students, and I believe they get a lot out of it, I think they could get so much more out of it if their classmates were actually Chinese, Taiwanese. How do I just put my foot in it? I didn't realize. Anyway, um, Japanese, Thai, what else is there? Cambodian, Indonesian. Like, if the students had different nationalities, then there would be more sort of reason for them to learn English, and they would have a fantastic, fantastic opportunities to practice English immediately, and it would be just so much more realistic and real, and not realistic, real, I meant, and authentic, right? Uh, they would see the reason to keep learning. They would get motivated so much. It would make a massive difference, because I saw this as well in England when I was a teacher in London, which was right before COVID. Because in 2019 I was teaching at a language school in London. So the job for me is the same, right? Working the similar number of students. Okay, in London I wasn't doing so much of IELTS as I do here in Vietnam. Here it's very IELTS focused. It's very IELTS heavy. Everybody wants to get results, get high scores in IELTS. So I'm the speaking teacher. I'm the IELTS speaking teacher. I focus on that, the part 1, part 2, part 3, all that. Those of you who know the exam know exactly what I'm talking about. But for me, this is the main difference. This is the biggest difference, and it looks like it's insignificant, but it is not. Believe me, it's important. So that's why I'm proud that in the Achievers Chamber we have different nationalities, and then these people can actually, make friends or find common interests and perhaps start talking to each other, and they would have the real need to communicate, right? In English, because if they all had the same nationality, if I had a group full of Czech people, because I'm Czech, that's not that's not a random nationality that I've just picked. I happen to be Czech. So if this Achievers Chamber was a group of all Czech people, then yes, it may still work, but it just wouldn't be the same, right? It would just be a bit, I don't want to say boring, but yeah, I think it makes it more interesting, like all these different nationalities. Anyway, I'm rambling. I should probably frame it somewhere in my room. Wait, it doesn't work. Oh my goodness, what is happening with my internet? Oh, wow, there was like a 5-second delay. But I just want to see this once again, because I mean, that's brilliant. I should I should have some sort of wake up call. A wake up call. What's it called? Like an alarm every day, where not only would I hear some sort of melody, which would help me wake up, but also I would see this every single day. Would make my day after getting up. All right. I honestly don't know what else I could tell you guys. Like I said, this is all improvised. This is all random, and that's why we can't create miracles here. If I had a plan, at least I could follow it. At least I would be sort of telling you things that would be more coherent, I suppose, more structured. But instead, you're getting just a classic rambling approach, where I just keep saying words in an disorganized manner, a bit chaotic. Some could say that it's sort of, let's say, suits my style, or it fits my personality. I can be a little bit like that. I would call it organized chaos, because there are aspects of my life in which I think I'm quite organized, and that people are wondering how I manage to do things like that. But then I have some aspects of my life where it's less so organized. So I suppose I'm a bit of everything. I'm a mixed bag. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm actually a human being. I'm not a bag. Yeah. Anyway, that's just to clarify. So I suppose we will just leave it there. I guess I'll take 20 minutes break to prepare for my lesson in the Achievers Chamber, to see what I could come up with and what my students will be discussing today. So that's that. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video for whatever reason, you know, I don't blame you. I don't judge you. But if you did like it, please give me a like, because it does help this channel. If you didn't like it, you can give me a dislike. Yes. Why did I just encourage you to do that? I have no idea. Sometimes I'm just a bit weird. Yeah, I do things which are not logical, but most of the time I don't do this. I can't remember the last time I've encouraged last time I encouraged my viewers to give me a dislike. It probably never happened. So anyway, if you give me a dislike, I don't know how it even affects the algorithm. If I'm honest, does it actually show it to fewer people? Or does it mean that this video will get shown to more people because it creates controversy? Controversy or controversy? Yeah, those are the two ways you could pronounce this word. Yeah. Thank you, Stanislav. I appreciate you say that. Yeah, sometimes you just need to make a change if things are not working out for you, or sometimes when you feel you're a little bit stuck. To be honest, any kind of change, however crazy it may look, and this did look crazy to a lot of people, me going to Vietnam, however crazy this may look, just do it. You will probably not have any regrets, because at least you will be proud of yourself that you've done something. Because so many people, they just get stuck in the rut. Yeah, they're just in that one place that they can't get out, and all they do is just come up with new excuses of why they can't get out. Yeah, I've been there myself, believe me, many times. So I suppose in this case I have made it. Yeah, I'm here, and it's been going all right. Ups and downs like everywhere. It's not perfect in anywhere in the world. And also, if you have some problems, yes, you can try to escape your problems going to another country, but you also take some of the problems with yourself. It doesn't go away. So yeah, it's been all right. I have to say, the reason I'm here for so long is because the positives have been outweighing the negatives. So that's the main reason. Anyway, thank you very much, Stanislav, for all your kind words, and thank you so much for watching. That's it from me, guys. Hopefully next week we will have an actual student here, an actual member of the Achievers Chamber, with whom I will be able to do one of those interactive English interviews. And yeah, will also be some, of course, some material for the feedback podcast, which I then publish privately in the Achievers Chamber. Anyway, take care, everyone, and I will see you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.